Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Imana Amawe. Coming up on the program. Insurgents attack a mosque in the Mubi area of Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria. The federal government's school feeding program takes off in Niger State. And Zimbabwe learns from the Cross River example on how to deal with erosion. Welcome to the program that brings you news from the north, south, east and west of Nigeria. Well, at least 21 persons are feared dead and 35 others injured following an explosion at a mosque in Mubi, Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria. The Northeast Zonal Coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, Bashir Idris, told Channels Television that the blast occurred early this morning while worshippers were holding prayers.
In the early morning of today in Mubi, in the street popularly called Medina, during the early morning prayer, the congregation of worshippers was infiltrated by supposedly suicide bombers who detonate their explosives. And so far, we have recorded 21 deaths, and there are over 35 people injured, and some of them are in very, very severe condition, like eight of them now. They have been referred to the Federal Medical Center, Yola. Right now, emergency ambulances and other services have just started moving them now. You know, with the return of peace and the success of the combat operation, people were a little bit relaxed. That is why we are using this medium now to call on people to be extra vigilant and know who they interact with, who is spread their communities, and make sure they report to security agencies with dispatch.
Meanwhile, about 20 people have been reported killed and several others injured following a clash between farmers and herdsmen in Numan local government area of Adamawa State. The attack was said to have occurred last night as a result of the killing of a farmer by suspected herdsmen, resulting in a reprisal attack by the farming communities of Shaforon, Kodomti and Kikan, all in Numan local government area of the state. Channels Television's correspondent reports that those affected have fled their communities following rumors of alleged reprisals and are seeking refuge in the Numan General Hospital. Security operatives have been deployed to the area, while bodies of the victims, who are mostly children, have been deposited at the General Hospital morgue. And against the backdrop of renewed attacks by insurgents in the northeast, the Christian Association of Nigeria is asking the federal government to check the militants who are fleeing into Madagali local government area of Adamawa State. According to the CAN president, Reverend Olashupo Ayokunle, the situation in the northeast, especially in Madagali, is becoming serious. He was speaking in Yola, the Adamawa State capital, during the inauguration of their new executive members.
I believe with the strength of Nigeria, with faithfulness, more faithfulness, commitment, we can do better than we are doing. So by this address, while commending the present administration, at least for the reprieve that we have now, I want to challenge the government to do far, far, far more, because God has given the Nigerian government the ability to do far, far more. We cannot be celebrating winning any war until we don't hear of any bomb anywhere again.
The president says electoral reform being undertaken in Nigeria is yielding the desired results and renewing confidence in the sanctity of the ballot. President Muhammadu Buhari said this in a statement congratulating Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State on his re-election for a second term. In the president's words, quote, "The processes leading to the election and its peaceful conduct and outcome have shown that our electoral reform is bearing positive fruits. This is very encouraging, and I'm determined to give Nigeria free and fair elections, no matter which way the results swing." President Buhari asked Governor Obiano to build on the achievements that endeared him to the electorate. And students of Osun State tertiary institutions have taken to the streets to protest the alleged hike in tuition fees by the school's management and the state government. The students, on arrival at the state secretariat in Osogbo, the state capital, blocked all entry and exit points and then proceeded to the governor's office, demanding an audience. But both institutions have come forward denying claims of a hike, stating the only increase was for new students. Gathered here at the State Secretariat in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, are students representatives from all tertiary institutions in Osun State and the National Association of Nigerian Students. They are protesting the alleged increase in their tuition fees, a directive they insist must be reversed immediately.
If we are paying 35,000 naira in colleges and polytechnics altogether, we are paying 25,000 naira in colleges of education, and today it has increased to 65, 52, 45 respectively. What we want is total reversal of all introduced fee.
But the response from the senior special advisor to the state governor and the school's management does not seem to appease the students.
The fees are optional. The fees are not meant for state lights. Those who feel they cannot pay can go to some other higher institutions. If you check the institution paid by all institutions in the whole country, you will discover that Osun State tertiary institutions are the least paying fees. So if they feel, and they are the only institutions that do not discriminate against non-indigents. So if for what we have been able to do, that is maximum we could do. But if they feel they could not, they can go to some other institutions. That's the advice I have.
Student protests bordering on student to management relations are becoming common in state and federal institutions. Hopefully, a solution will be agreed upon by both parties and students can return to their classrooms. In the meantime, the Nigerian Union of Teachers Yobe State Wing is asking government at the federal and state levels to address the challenges facing the primary education sector and discard unfavorable policies. The chairman of the union in Yobe State, Comrade Lawan Ibrahim, explains that the entire teaching profession in Nigeria requires urgent attention. He was speaking in Damaturu, the Yobe State capital, after an executive council meeting on how to safeguard the right of the child to basic education.
The union is duty-bound, thus on several occasions advise and even calls to caution relevant authorities on the inherent dangers on some misguided policies of government at all levels which are capable of running the education sector. The management and funding of primary education and the issue of payment of primary school teachers' salary by the local government contravene the judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria in case of Attorney General Federation versus Attorney General of 36 states in 2002. It is on record that ascribing to local government council an exclusive responsibility for payment of salaries of primary school teachers is a misplaced and unprogressive policy.
Still ahead on the program, the federal government's school children feeding program kicks off in Niger State. Details in a moment.